With having gone over a lot of Doom Patrol obscure villains as of late, I thought the next character we should need to talk about is Candlemaker, who in my opinion was a great villain, who is both different and similar to his character from the comics. It's honestly pretty interesting, as in my opinion, both work, but it's just interesting because there's a lot that was changed, but there's also a lot that stayed the same. Candlemaker made his first appearance at Doom Patrol issue 44 in 1991. He's an entity that is the embodiment of pain itself, with having spanned across world history, including both world wars and nuclear bombings. He would discover Dorothy Spinner and saw the perfect opportunity to bring himself into a physical form, and he would take up this form as this was her imaginary friend from her childhood, so this is what was in her mind. And in my opinion, I think Dorothy needs to see a therapist because Jesus Christ, my imaginary friend was a baby rhino. Why is hers a full on candle making demon? I have questions, Dorothy. I mean, I understand she's traumatized, but still. Also, it'd be really funny if he took over the form of something like really stupid. Like, imagine if her imaginary friend was like Barney the dinosaur. It's like this big demon walking around like a purple dinosaur. Anyway, I thought that was funny. Candlemaker continued to torment the Doom Patrol until they finally managed to bring an end to him. In Doom Patrol issue 61 in 1995, after Robotman Chef managed to overcome him, he would return as a recurring villain with no real explanation how he's alive again in more recent Doom Patrol runs. Although I'm happy because I honestly really like Candlemaker. I think he has a very cool design, but his, I think, origin is pretty funny to me that is the reason why he looks the way he does. And it's because Dorothy was so traumatized that her imaginary friend was a demon. Candlemaker would make his first on-screen appearance in Doom Patrol Season 2, being Dorothy's actual creation, which I thought was a good change as this way Dorothy is generally at fault, but she was still just a little girl and didn't know any better. And in this way, his attempt to influence her was also a bigger struggle, as he was actually a part of her, and she, at the end of the day, technically created him. But in the comics, he was more or less an entity that took over her, rather than her creating him. Which both works, of course. In my opinion, they both work. But I do prefer the show's version a little bit more, but I also like the comics version. He would be stopped from ending the world by the Doom Patrol, and most specifically Dorothy herself, which I thought was a nice touch. In my opinion, Candlemaker is a really good villain, and I would like to see him come back. I mean, he kind of came back, but there's no real explanation why he's back. He just is, and don't ask questions. I really like this character on the show. I like that he's wearing high heels, which I thought was hilarious, but also worked, in my opinion. Because, like, yeah, it's a little girl's imaginary friend. So, yeah, he can, of course, wear high heels. I mean, of course, everyone can wear high heels. I just thought it was pretty funny. And I like that there was a demon wearing high heels. It was a demon, imaginary demon, that was wearing high heels. In my opinion, I think he really is obscure, but it works. And I know that a lot of people will hate on the idea of this idea because it's too silly. But in my opinion, the show genuinely made it very serious with the whole demon, how he makes a wish, and the whole, you know, him killing Baby Doll and the Flame Girl, I think named Katie. I just thought it really worked. And I really, really like Candlemaker, and I thought he had a great design, a great look, just a great everything. His powers were amazing. His whole torment, I thought his voice was really creepy. Overall, Candlemaker, in my opinion, is just a great villain. And I'm really sad he was defeated kind of a little easily, which I'm not hating, by the way, because I understand why. It was because it was the first episode of Season 3. I just felt like he should have stuck around a little bit longer. And still, I thought his character, even though I know a lot of people like Mr. Nobody, who was the main villain of Season 1, I thought Candlemaker made a great Season 2 villain too. And Madame Drouge also made a great Season 3 villain. I think this is just a lot of great villains on the show, and I thought they're all very complex, and Candlemaker is definitely one of those. But like always, that's the end of the video. Please like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!